honestly, I feel like, you know, it's crash and burn time. EG has played 8 games in a row today with a very short break in between of like 20 minutes. Gotta be feeling kind of exhausted here, but kind of bring their absolute best to the final game here. And then on the side of TSM, I feel like they've been more innovative in this series overall, right? Like they're bringing out something new here with the Night Stalker as well. For Saberlight, curious to see if it's going to work out the way they hope.
They also had a lot of time to just think about, you know, this final series. Meanwhile, EG probably had to show a little bit more of their hand against Quincy Crew.
Yeah, for sure.
Lumina wrote shout out Therapy Gecko, whatever that means.
Therapy.
But I just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to Therapy Gecko.
Gecko.
That's what it said.
I see.
We'll have to ask him.
We'll have to ask him if he wins. But if he loses, I never want to know.
I think there's no game like Dota where people write as many laughing voice lines while having the most stone face ever. Like, they're literally just spamming ha ha ha, and then you look at their faces and there's like, it's like the good old meme where someone writes Raffle and then you look at them and they're just sitting there like totally deadpan. Man, I'm having the best time ever.
There's so many laughing voice lines now too.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder who's responsible for that. Effie?
surely not.
Surely not.
I mean, it's old news now. Now we've got all the other ones.
No, don't worry. I know you're about to experience a renaissance.
This is a problem for Saberlight, by the way. Tag team Morph has really good attack speed here.
So the important thing is that Night Stalker is extremely fast at daytime. Solid 295 move speed. Oh wow, he actually makes it out.
He did survive.
Shout out to 5 armor.
Hero here, but
so he has no solve and neither does Moonmeander, so that was a lot of value damage coming out here.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and we were emphasizing how much of this game is going to be dependent on the snowballing potential of the Night Stalker.
I mean, I don't expect this lane to go very well for them. Especially now that they've put the Tusk down in the Morphling.
Just a moment. I need to set an alarm for when I need to leave no matter what.
Don't worry, you'll make it.
Set an alarm for 70 minutes.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I mean, it's a game 5, Effie.
Hey, you'll be fine. You have to be.
We have to interview them also and be like, oh my god, you're so good.
This is very meta.
But they are.
Do this.
I really like that they swapped the lanes around because we talked about tag team being useless versus trolls, so they just put it with Morphling who can take advantage of it with all the attack speed. And Disruptor has a nice time playing versus Train Protector just because he can hit him so much before he gap closes and gets on top of him. So just really clean support swap. Oh, there it is.
Moon's in trouble.
Some shards, get that tag team waveform ahead of it, and Moonmeander, even with the Fairy Fire, is going to go down.
Dead was first blood.
Takes a kill. Wonder what he's going to do with this. If he's going to rush and earn boots.
Boots.
He has something coming out. Lightstone.
Oh, yo, Corrosion Tusk?
I think he's just going to get Valley of Light.
Oh. That's not fun. Well, we see Moonmeander gets to come back and deliver some items to Saberlight.
He does have boots queued up, so yeah, it's probably just a boring old Bloodstone.
No fun.
No fun.
Dude, Corrosion actually has got to be like one of the least popular early game items these days. I never see it.
Serving up down there.
Maybe on supports, but on carries, I do think it was very popular. Not throughout this tournament, but throughout all of Season 1 Europe DPC. All of these melee safety runners were buying Corrosion and just playing incredibly aggressively. I think PA was a tier 1 pick for maybe 3 weeks in this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Just because of this Corrosion level 2 power spike.
Jirax gets caught in a grasp. Kinetic Field's not going to save him if he gets netted by Timado. And another kill. This time going the way of TSM FTX, and mid lane also Abed favorite this time. He's got the advantage, but just minor.
Quite a bit actually. 18-5 to 11-1 is no joke in that lane matchup. I think I do think it's Storm favorite, but I don't think it's Storm favorite this much. So I do believe Abed's stepping it up a little bit here.
You have to watch out if you're a Disruptor in this top lane, just because between full axes and Nature's Grasp, there's so much slow. And if you're here, just like that, you're going to take so much damage. But if you're a Mars, you're pretty happy, right? You're safe.
Also, interesting 0-2-1 build, pretty uncommon.
Yeah, early Bulwark.
But Warlord is amazing in this lane. It's very, very good against the Troll. And you need to keep in mind the mindset of Disruptor Mars in this lane is not to kill. It's to find farm. They're not playing to pressure in this lane because they're unfavored. So they just want to stabilize and get what they can. And the skill will definitely...
And they have identified that they're probably not going to outtrade this Troll train their lane, right? So we're probably going to see Jarek's playing in the triangle a lot, just making as many stacks as he can for his Morphling.
You know, one thing that I noticed that Western Europe was doing after having to deal with Celery's Treant Protector so many times was the team going against them would just all go to Treant's lane, cut down every single tree in sight. So make sure that his first like minute and a half was more uncomfortable. Here, Mars is doing a good job at keeping the Quelling Blades up, but Dubu I feel is being far more effective than I would have expected.
There has been some deforestation going on though. Look at that.
Yeah, Mars is
Big blank space right next to
chopping.
Mars.
Wow, and the lead continues to grow, 33 to the 24 of Ember. Storm Spirit's doing work.
What's first Storm Spirit?
Sin, would you care to participate?
In what?
Literally anything.
Now he's gonna say, I was zoned out, just like Effie.
I was zoned out for 8 minutes this time.
4 minutes and 55 seconds.
You guys are saying a lot of good stuff. Keep it up.
What about
now
if I
I
start
want it.
talking about Japanese Spider-Man again?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. That's my cue. I love Japanese Spider-Man. It's nighttime. Saberlight.
Activates the silence.
Surprise, mother frogger. He's gonna go on the tusk. And
No,
not working
that
out
would be
too well,
Ryan
though.
and the Hags.
He's gonna get caught in a little bit of an icicle situation. Probably brought down by RTC.
Do this!
Very good.
Round of applause.
Yeah, this is a really high kill threat lane with Morph Plus. Really nice. I mean, this is what happens if you pick Night Stalker last time. You're just gonna abuse this.
That's true. That's kind of what you sign yourself up for as Night Stalker. The moment it turns to night, you're just screwed and die.
What did I tell you? He's strongest at daytime. Case in point.
Max move speed,
Max
Night
move
Stalker.
speed.
On the river, minute 0.
He's like that Slardar sprint business. Tubu.
That is your win window.
Condition. Win condition.
No,
Man,
your win window.
I'm so glad we have
Your window.
We have exercised win condition from caster terminology.
Now there's window.
I don't think anyone says that. I don't think you're going to popularize that. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
Somebody's like, what?
He doesn't watch movies other than In Bruges. That's his favorite movie.
No, but it was good.
I do have a recommendation for you, though.
Please.
Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The OVA.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
What's the recommendation?
Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh.
Why was I?
Is it a movie?
No, it's a series.
Oh, well, I
Doesn't
won't.
matter. It fit the conversation flow, I thought, to say.
Debatable.
All
Right.
right.
Middle tower
Does
is under
nothing.
attack.
Very even game so far. Kral checking out his minimap. That's a good thing to do if you're a Dota player. So you're actively looking to the bottom left for most players.
But
if you're
Insania.
Insania, you're looking bottom right. For reasons.
Taste!
Well, actually, so he says he got it
Dire's
from
middle
Guild
tower
Wars.
is under
So,
attack. Oh.
yeah, it's a little bit more forgivable, but I mean, his whole team, they use the whatever alternate hero thing. Dubu takes some damage from Abed and takes some more damage from Abed. Continues
nice
taking
pattern.
damage from Abed, and the range up will not save him. Jarex gets the kill.
He did live for a long time there.
He did. But he took a lot of damage then afterwards.
It's nice to get haste rune on Storm Spirit just because you don't have to extend mana to position yourself.
Radiant's
Mana
middle
is-
tower is under attack.
Agreed.
Kral's trying to steal some of this stack. Not going to happen.
Exchange of blocks.
Just trying to maximize. This is something that Embers, in my opinion, have got a lot better at in the last 2 years, is using Fire Remnant effectively for farming. I would say someone that stands out to me was actually both TNC's Ember players back way back when. Well, it's not that long ago, but Gabby as well as Armel were doing a really good job at maximizing farm by using Fire Remnant as a traveling tool between camps. At the expense of mana, of course. They had to buy additional clarities, but they were making significant improvements to their overall gold per minute by playing this way as Ember. And you see in this instance, Bryle tries to steal the enemy small camp and then Remnant back to his own big camp in one move too.
Moon Meander quick on the fingers, gets the Hex and the Shackles onto Abed, falling on the sword to protect the Troll Warlord.
Yep.
Abed got an Arcane Rune there. If he actually walks up into the jungle, he's going to see that there's a big camp stacked. He's taken by Troll right now. And it seems like he's going to clean it up safely though.
Oh, so this game we're defending towers, huh? That's good to see.
Don't get too cocky, alright? It's only 8 minutes in. We'll see what happens. Timado is going to seize those camps while he still can before EG makes a move on it. And Abed will mirror that movement in his triangle.
There's been a lot of stack stealing today.
Yeah.
So after Moon stacked that one last time, he did ping it out like, come take it now. Let's not take any risks this time around.
Stupendous!
Are they going to defend this tower? Cinderan.
Yeah, they're gonna put living armor on. I don't think EG's pushing power is meaningful without more. Like if he's sitting in mid, you're not committing to the push. Like who's gonna deal the tower damage here? And realistically speaking, it's gonna take forever against Trant. So you kind of can't do it. You're just letting the tower sit there. Trant's gonna heal it up to full with living armor over time, and as long as you manage to defend especially your own mid tower, which is our TZT ping to hold a moment ago on the Morph, then it's okay. I don't think either team really needs to take towers right now, but obviously TSM FTX are kind of primed to do it first with their lineup.
By golly, they are defending. And since it's Morphling's lane, EG will briefly siege it and then think against it.
Actually, that tower push saved Nightfall's life because they were setting up for a kill him on top with Ember, but he had to TP mid to defend that tower. And so did Pink.
Nightfall may never know. He was minutes away, seconds away from confirmed death.
We have a saying in Arabic.
Tell me.
You throw a favor in the ocean. It's when you do something for someone without them ever knowing.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't translate well to English.
Like a message in a bottle kind of?
No, just like doing whatever.
I'm not going to explain good morals to you. It's lost.
No, my brain is just operating very slowly at the moment. Perhaps always, but more so now than you.
The sentiment was appreciated. Nightfall's tossing that favor into the lane. More living armor.
And he's trying to get something out of the siege creep wave minute 10, but it's not enough without Morph. He's getting half the tower, but it's going to be all for naught if he doesn't get to finish it. Dubu with, I believe it's level 3 living armor. Yeah, he's going for the same skill build as last game, 203.
Abed shows up, and they want to keep the siege creep alive, but
Not going to manage. Instead, no.
Ooh, oh, he drew aggro with the grasp, but the creeps didn't get in the tower's way. All right, Dubu doing work.
Being protecting towers.
Are they?
They're gonna go. Yeah, I told you. God damn it, Cinderan. You were all like, look at them defending towers. And
yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, it's obviously it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade when they got the bottom tower, right? But I feel like part of Trant's strength is the ability to get one while holding one. Not that you delay the enemy from taking it, but
yeah.
You know, like effectively speaking, EG had been pushing that tower way longer than they were, than TSM were. So obviously it's a win in that sense. But a lot of the time you can take and hold at the same time and actually.
Homie ain't holding nothing. They get their glyph back after top goes down, but this tower is at critical HP, and the rest of EG are converging.
It's a 4v5. There's no darkness.
While you're speaking about it, they might just go up on this mid tower the same way they did the
bottom tower is under attack.
God, poor Trant Protector. All this effort gone to waste. 2 towers go down, and EG seem like they learned their lesson from the previous game and are now giving TSM FTX a taste of their own medicine.
And the difference last game was, even though both teams weren't defending towers, they were also taking towers, right? But TSM so far only have that bottom tower, but they've opted to not even try for both. This slow pace of Dota worked for them last game when they had a Morphling playing into a favorable matchup, right? This Troll's building a Battle Fury, and it's not like he's going to hit an item timing that's gonna make it so, okay, now we can take that objective, now we can take that Roche. They're just gonna sit back and farm for as long as they can. But can they get away with just giving up towers for nothing? Versus this kind of lineup with the Storm.
Jarek's with the invis. This could be a big moment.
Yeah, he's got his ult ready. He pops it, and he gets the trap onto Bryle. He's running around. Storm took a little bit of a while to get there, but it was enough. And the spear connection, and the Thunderstrike gets the kill. Serpent Ward's actually dropped for just a Disruptor kill. And it's going to take a while, but they get it eventually. Meanwhile, Arteezy tries to make a move, but doesn't get the kill. Wow, so their one potential pushing spell gets used to kill Jerax.
You can take this bottom tower now, or pressure at the very least.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Plus armor.
Protective's like, over my dead body, are you getting my last tier 1 sub 15 minutes?
Never mind, guys.
I do really wonder what happened in this series that I would say, like, a lot of the time in this meta, it's common to give away your safe lane tower. But I feel like the lack of emphasis on defending mid that we've seen overall is really surprising to me. It's just very unusual for the last year of Dota, or even 2 years. Teams have been very adamant about the importance of holding that mid tower, but
I wouldn't go that far. I feel like at TI, people were taking it seriously. As Arena into Spear again, onto Bryle. Snowball connects. Lawless punch can't come off because of the silence from Saberlight, and Bryle gets to escape. The Night Stalker activates the Dark Ascension, and he's going to be going to town onto Abed. He was holding
the
on
spear
to that,
missed.
and the
Might
spear
actually
missed.
catch up now.
My god, there's so much critical HP.
That was such a long zip for the amount of mana that he had.
Yeah, I don't know how he pulled that off, and he's going to survive. Saberlight is not able to track him down. And Nightfall, even while toggling, goes for something. Arteezy, kind of in no man's land, though. Silence, not going to save him, and instead, Jerax will also go down for Arteezy's sins.
Dominated.
That was almost a disaster for Ember Spirit, just dying straight after respawn like that, but they didn't have enough damage to finish him off.
Okay. Good armlet talk as well. Yeah, but the point I was making, oh, hang on.
No points.
No
Only
points
kills.
yet.
Vortex into the Snowball, into the Spear, and that's enough damage. We get a root onto the Tusk. Nice shards, pushes him away, but only briefly. And Crit will go down to Saberlight during the daytime.
Oh well.
Oh well.
So, yeah, that's what I was getting at with the towers. Like you said, at TI, people were really defending it, right?
Right.
That's what I was saying. Like, for the last 2 years, all the time, people have been defending the tower.
Oh, I see,
except
I see.
today.
Right.
I'm just wondering why the teams are putting way less emphasis on holding that. If there's like something that they've discovered, or if it's just the nature of the drafts, or the overall strategy that they have planned for this series in particular. Because it hasn't been something I've noticed in the NA region in general during league play. But they're just literally forfeiting a mid tower while they have Treant living arming it, and he's just sitting there alone getting killed when perhaps they could have defended it at an earlier point at least. Maybe not when Night Stalker's ulti was down, I understand that, but they took a lot of damage on it prior to that. It's just, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just very different and puzzling, because that's like been a staple of Dota for so long, that you defend that tower, you throw bodies at it even to make sure you hold it.
Yeah,
And they're just not doing it today.
For TSM, it really felt like last game they just didn't want to make any unnecessary movements or mistakes, right? They really needed that win, and they were willing to just give away these important map objectives.
Glimpse, Snowball, Moon Meander, No Man's Land, dead.
But it's the same thing for this game, not wanting to make any unnecessary mistakes.
Absolutely perfect.
What would you call that, Arena? A necessary mistake.
Good one.
I also agree, but I don't think, like, in this case,
Radiant's
game
bottom
strategy
tower is under
seems antithetical to losing these towers, because Troll's getting a Battle Fury. He wants to be able to have very comfortable access to both of his jungles, and right now he's terrified of going to the northern half of the map.
He has it already, right? They didn't give away any unnecessary deaths. They had that one really good fight mid where they killed the Morphling, which was very important. And he's working his way towards a BKB. Not a damage item, but a BKB. So this is the item that they're waiting for, without making any of the unnecessary movements we talked about. Right? They could be defending these towers and they could be doing more, but today, for these last 2 games, they chose to play as carefully as possible. And can you blame them? It's the grand finals. Last
A
game was their
lot of points on the
potential
line.
elimination game.
Yep.
And this game's potential victory, so.
And if you can actually believe it, this could potentially be Arteezy's first Valve event victory.
That's true.
Why doesn't it?
Wait, that would be so tragic if we didn't win then.
Or if he did win. Either way, there's an asterisk on this thing. But it's if he wins, this would be the first Valve event that he has won.
Wait,
I know.
that's a storyline.
That's a storyline,
Dire's
my
middle
friend.
tower is under attack.
Love me some
I do
storylines.
recall,
Storylines.
I do recall Crit saying on stream though that he thought that this wasn't necessarily
Who cares about what
the
Click
most,
thinks?
you know, the best tournament.
What are you talking about? 4 North American teams? I can't think of a better tournament than that. As they go into Roche, and they will
my
take
God,
it
this is
uncontested.
fast.
That's that tag
Radiant's
team.
bottom tower is under
Tag team
attack.
Orchid and a Morph.
Radiant structures
That'll do
are
it.
fortified.
Taking them a little bit of time.
Oh my
here.
god, and there's a DD rune afterwards if they want to take that on Storm or Morphling.
Roshan has fallen to
Aegis
the
on
Radiant.
Arteezy, not Abed. Do opt to go for it on the Morph,
Radiant's
which
bottom
Maybe because of this
tower is
DD
under
rune, he gets
attack.
donated the bottle, and if he wants to YOLO in,
it does seem like a plan to take towers. When you give Morph this Aegis instead of Storm, that says to me that they want to push something.
They could be looking to brute force the towers
Yep.
while Troll is still relatively weak, right? He's still in the process of farming his items. He is leading the net worth, but a Battle Fury and a potential BKB, not exactly when Troll is strongest.
let's see which lane they decide to congregate to. Right now, it's looking like mid.
I do want to say though, that with this Troll BKB though, even if it's not the most damage output, they can definitely look for really good fights with it. Because there's no more threat of dying to the Storm and the Mars.
Assuming that you're able to get it off before, you know,
The-
Vortex or...
I guess there's like the threat of maybe getting stun locked and
Dire's
while
middle
this
tower
person
is
tag
under
team.
attack.
I do think you should be able to get it off with the living armor, right? We saw Ember live through all of their spells
true.
earlier mid.
And it'll also protect him from glimpses.
But once he does have this BKB, the only thing stopping him is launch.
Or an eventual Ag Scepter from Disruptor, but that's probably a long ways away.
Dire are scanning.
You know who would win this?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
PSGLGD.
Yeah, Japanese Spider-Man.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Every time you guys are gonna get
Radiant's
quiet, I'm
bottom
bringing it
tower is under
up. The
attack.
Syndrome starts talking again.
Can we sponsor Japanese Spider-Man? Can we get him as a sponsor?
I don't know if he's still around. I think Japanese Spider-Man was in the 80s or something.
Oh.
Maybe in the 70s. That's why it's so hilarious. You know what?
Dire's middle
If you're in
tower
chat,
is under attack.
please look up Japanese Spider-Man on YouTube and thank me later.
I thought you were going to say if you're in chat, Japanese Spider-Man, please.
Please tell us. Show your face.
You'll understand
go.
once you see
Middle
him.
tower
Once you
has
see him.
fallen.
One tier 2. I wonder if they're going to go for the next. I think top tower at this point is relatively free. TSM are not showing particularly much interest in trying to defend, as we've covered. So I guess top tier 2 is very safe. The bottom towers will be the tougher ones to get.
We got a
They are
double
smoking, though.
BKB timing. Ember just completed his BKB, Night Sucker.
Yep,
So let's roll.
and Troll. So triple BKBs online here.
Radiant
This is a
are scanning.
big fight for TSM. This
Ooh,
has
they
to work.
fumble their way into a Radiant scan, and EG are going to be wise to it.
We also have the Night Stalker BKB.
Yeah, all
Triple
three.
BKB.
But did you hear about Night Stalker BKB? We got that online too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did you know that
It's
Ember
free.
and Night Stalker and Troll Warlord?
Did you know that Japanese Spider-Man aired in the 70s?
Don't quote me on that exactly, but it was
quoting
the
you on
olden.
it.
It was
He
in the
didn't
olden
because
days.
you said the 80s. He's not
I said
paying.
80s or 70s.
He
That
said
was-
both. You're not
Hey,
paying
hey,
attention.
Syndrome, I bring
Damn,
up
guilty as
Japanese.
charged.
I bring up Japanese Spider-Man when I want you to talk, and it works like a charm.
Absolutely.
Like clockwork. Who was a hero that EG banned one time?
First phase Zen.
First phase ban for Lena and Bane. Why do I remember that?
Oh, Abed missed the smoke. They smoked too early here. He was jumping.
It was
and falling.
1978.
Of all heroes to miss a smoke, I think Storm is fine though, because he can
Yeah, it's
connect
alright.
with his team.
But it is still a bit telegraphed now.
Okay.
Oh, he does not get the spear off. Auto activates the BKB, puts the arena out to lock out the rest of TSM FTX, but Saberlight does not care. He goes, assassinates Jerax, Nightfall next to fall, as well as crit. And Saberlight's still hungry, going on the Morphling, still a minute left on this Aegis, but they're going to force Arteezy back, and boy, I don't think that EG were expecting that many BKBs in their face.
Yep, all three of them popped there, and it just rendered Disruptor
Radiant's
completely
middle
useless.
tower
And Mars.
Hey, yeah, Mars didn't do much either. So TSM definitely, they bid their time here, and
Dire's
it cost them a couple of
bottom tower
towers,
is
but they get a
under
big
attack.
fight out of it.
If we theorycraft and he gets that spear, do you think that FTX TSM wins the fight?
Not necessarily. I think he gets living armored, and they still
Yeah.
save him with overgrowth ult.
They don't have enough damage at the moment to
Yeah.
just kill them through offensive abilities.
So a very fruitful BKB debut, which originally TSM FTX were fishing for with the smoke. Didn't find it, and then EG handed it to them on a platter. Yes, meditate, Dubu. I mean, Bryle.
Hey, they got a mid tower out of it too.
Hog.
That's the
Yep,
tower.
that's good.
They did, yeah,
Radiant's
tier 2.
top tower
Towers being
is under
utilized.
attack.
And it's working.
Yep, Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah, did you see the pop-up? It was 1978 to 1979.
Yep.
Can you
Thank
believe the
you.
cultural impact that he was only there for a year and still FE 50,
changed my
50
life.
years later is still talking about it?
Whereas it's honestly at me once you've seen it, guys. No, just look at just
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm still an Italian Spider-Man fan. Go look up Italian Spider-Man.
Uh-oh. Oh,
that's
good
fine.
reaction from Moon.
See, that's
Very
why
nice.
I'm the play-by-play. I didn't say uh-oh because I knew he was going to get the blink off. Please don't fake hype, Sind.
You didn't even see.
Please don't
the
fake hype.
Thank you, bro.
Let's do this!
有喷气吧，哥哥。
He tipped him. Oh, game 5. They want this rivalry. You heard Moon in one of those interviews. You were just like, this could be the birth of the new American Renaissance.
Scotty finished up timer. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty big timing too for them.
Yeah, it still feels like EG are going to struggle to deal enough damage for a while against these BKBs who might need an additional item on RTZ, but if he's queuing up this BKB as his next one, I still wonder if that's going to cut it to these, relatively tanky heroes, really, that TSM have. There's the Troll with Whirling X's and 2.2k health, Night Stalker 1700 with BKB, and Ember 1900. When you factor in that Disruptor is going to deal basically 0 damage, and so is Mars for the most part, and Storms will be also negligible, I don't know if they can really get this done unless they find the jump. Nice Prowl smoke break here. Immediate Dark Ascension.
And he finds out all that.
Oh, he didn't get that BKB!
He's hexed! And he gets Snowball to save him in the BKB activation afterwards, but Tusk is going to die. And within the BKB, Storm dies as well. Ryle on the run. He's the one who popped this whole thing off. Nightfall, he's going to fall as well. And potentially an entire team wipe unless this Morphling can escape. He pushes back the Night Stalker, turns into Ember, puts up the Flame Guard, roots the Night Stalker, and gets out.
Radiant structures are
Wow,
fortified.
Ryle, lightning quick reactions. And I can't believe Abed didn't get that BKB off before he got hexed.
Yeah, so he got the BKB off eventually, but then he got overgrowth by Dubu.
Yeah.
Like, just,
And then
again,
just-
on the money.
Troll is on top of them too
Yep.
at that point. But that was so clean by them. So EG were going for a smoke even though they know they're playing into BKBs because their idea was to just instantly kill a target, right? And then perhaps disengage from the fight, bait out a few BKBs. But if the smoke is broken and they get gone on like this, there's nothing they can do versus these items at the moment.
Though they did choose to go, and like the smoke popped, they went high ground. Granted, they didn't
You
know.
have to at that point, right? You've walked into the enemy team. There's no way you can just run away.
Yeah, they got double slight chained.
True.
But they are building to
Ryle W,
potentially
Ryle W.
higher. So Disruptor's building a force off.
Radiant are
Tusker's
scanning.
also building towards a force off. They're going to try to build as many kite items as they can because the best way that EG can fight right now is to just bait these out without losing too many heroes. Getting out of there and then potentially resetting. But hey, that
Lotus
was
Orb is going to be important.
yeah, that was fight number 2. You're on 7-second BKBs now on TSM, and you haven't lost too much of your map. So it is doable.
Although Storm, that was his BKB debut, so not nearly as fruitful as TSM FTX's. And Roche potential to respawn in 2 minutes.
I love this from Dubu. I was just going to say, I hope he buys Dagger. I think it's the best purchase in this game he could possibly get. To stand as far back as possible, like way out of the fight, and you literally just wait for Storm.
Read the storm, then Troll can get on top of
Yeah.
him.
So last fight, I think he pulled it off. I don't think... Did he have the Dagger last fight, or did he just get it now? Because I feel like he's been pretty poor this game, but at least whether he had it or not, this is the exact task of his, and it allows him to, there's not that much vision he's playing into, so he can feel very safe standing far back, that he's not going to be the one jumped initially.
It's Natty Knight right now. Saberlight wants to find someone, but Abed's in
Abed's
prime
away.
position. Oh wow, the boldness. He wants to retreat west. Gets Searing Chain. Saberlight activates the Crippling Fear, but they're not going to do anything with it. Dark Ascension as well during nighttime.
Another really impressive smoke break by the mid laner.
Got cost on the tower, though.
Radiant's top tower.
And still no
is
Roche. They're going to have to wait for another minute.
All things considered,
Whoa.
could have been worse.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Abed Ice in the Veins did not activate his BKB.
They're trying for the wraparound surprise smoke. They're going to try to bait out RTZ here. Are they going to take the bait though?
Jesus, pings galore.
No Dark Ascension this time.
TSM FTX mounting onto their high ground. EG reveals where they are by dropping a handful of wards. Saberlight. Oh, Abed jumps in with the BKB. Insta-gives Saberlight. Arena from the high ground. Spears the Train Protector. And now Troll Warlord just aimlessly attacking things while Storm bounces around. Crit trying to retreat from Bryle, glimpse back onto Moon Meander. And what? Abed died? What?
So he went on the Shaman with his BKB, but just couldn't kill him in time. And
But it's a Shaman.
he tried.
It's a Shaman with the Ogre Club. Okay, well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Never refuse good given. Illusion! Stupendous! Imba strength, now rekindled.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Glorious things.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Oh, let's do this! Zip zap! Carry me.
Invisibility!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Day and night. Illusion.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Victory!